you. Okay,
Yes, you haven't
okay, recorded already, okay? Okay, yes, thank you, Max, for having my back, watching my back at all times. Yes, so I was talking about the director bonus, whereby when you join WorldVentures and you hit the director in your first 90 days, you'll be entitled to a one-time 5,000 USD bonus. So my dear friend over here was really chonging, rushing, doing her best for the director bonus. She missed by a little bit, but she's still very, very happy because when you actually hit your director, right? Yes, that's where you get second rank in the company. So this lady actually hit her director ranking in the first 100 days when she joined WorldVentures. Yes, that's why she's very inspiring. Now, after being in WorldVentures for 2 over years, she's now a full-time mom and a full-time vacationer, having been on 20 over vacations in the last 2 years. Anybody like to go on vacations? That's why we're all here, right? Yes, so without further ado, let me bring on Cassandra Lee.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Cass.
Hi
Yeah.
Janice.
Thank you for making time today to be here. Yes, so let's get started. Yeah, ready to get started?
Yes.
Yes. How long have you been in WorldVentures?
In fact, I just passed my 2 years anniversary with WorldVentures on the 29th of July.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
Yes. Who sponsored you and why did you join? I've heard the story 10,000 times, but please share with the rest.
Okay. Actually, I'm my sponsor is Karen Wong. Mama Teo, I always call her that. In fact, she, how I actually came on board or how I actually get to share this was I self-invited myself after stalking Karen for 6 months on Facebook because I saw her lifestyle and the change that she has, knowing that she has always been a corporate line. All of a sudden, like, wow, so much time spent with her family, and she's like traveling, and she's always hashtagging paid for vacations, and that really got me curious. That's why I caught her. Yeah.
Okay. So the hashtag works, So those of us that are using social media on your Instagram, on your Facebook, you know what to do. The subtle marketing and advertising that creates curiosity with your friends. So
Exactly.
What did you do to get your 4?
In fact, I remembered very clearly on the very day that I joined, the very next day, Karen was due to go for, I think it's a boot camp training in KL, if I'm not wrong. So that very night, I actually called my first friend. Immediately, I took action and I called my first friend and I met up with my friend and I got my first. Thereafter, Karen went for her training, and when she came back, I started to feed her with more appointments. And so the key thing is, how did I actually get? What I do is I just literally send invites, send SMSs, call my friends, people who are closest to me, and to get them out to have coffee with me.
So how long did it take for you to get your 4?
In fact, I did it in a week to get my 4. And it's just in a week's time.
All right, round of applause.
Thank you.
So the exact actions you did was invite.
Yes, invite. It's just that simple. Just invite.
Okay. So invite. Until now, today, you're still sponsoring people, right? I just saw you sign up somebody just now. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. So at what point in time do you realize that this is the company that is going to do it for you? And when did you realize that, and then giving it your all to the company?
Okay. I must say that initially when I came on board WorldVentures, it was literally the trust that I have towards Karen, and also more to the excitement that I saw in her, and the change of her lifestyle that really got me spurred on to be in WorldVentures. Subsequently, right, what really got me even loving WorldVentures even more was when I attended my first training event, and I saw the culture of the company, which literally shocked me very much, because it's like everyone is so happy. Everyone is like so happy. They were dancing, you know, and they were like high-fiving everybody. And at that instant, to me, was like culture shock, because in real estate, where I used to be, everyone is all for themselves, you know, and we are usually very stern people, and we don't really smile very much. But when I went to WorldVentures, I see everybody smiling and so happy, and I was like, what's wrong with these people? Why are they so happy, you know? And the thing that really made me feel that WorldVentures is so special, right? It's really the giving that the leaders and the members in the platform has, because like I mentioned, being in real estate, it is a very selfish environment. Sorry to real estate agents out there, guys are selfish, yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to imply that it's because of the industry that has causes us to become like that. Hence, when I got involved in WorldVentures and looking at the commitment of the leaders and the members, some of which may not be even be related to us in any way, you know, it's like not from the direct tree, so to speak, yet giving up and helping one another, lifting one another, I find that very heartwarming, because it's like it's never about the monetary gains in WorldVentures, you know, and that kind of warmth it gives me makes me feel like I'm really in a second home. It's like it became my second family. That's where I start to love people like Janice, yourself, you know, like Karen, Papatio, Eugene, Lynn, Elaine, rest of the people that's within our team, Max, you know. That's where I start to love people. Not that I don't love people the last time. The only person that I love was probably myself and my husband at that time. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, so the culture is very, very different. When I went for my first
Exactly.
training, I was just like you. Because in the corporate world, usually you see people all sitting at the last row for training. In World Ventures, we buy VIP ticket, go and queue two
Yeah.
hours earlier just to get into the venue earlier. Yes, and the atmosphere is always so electrifying when everybody is so hyped up
Mm.
and willing to learn. So, Cass, can I ask, what kind of people do you enjoy working with?
Um, okay, I must say that I enjoy working with people who are um, really coachable and teachable, people who are very humble, and people with the right attitude. You know, I mean, like during this journey, obviously, every one of us, every one of the leaders here have met up with different kinds of people. You know,
Mm.
what really makes me enjoy working with are people who are really fun. Because remember, being in the real estate business, I have never experienced fun before. You know, so when I start to bring in members who are in our organization, or not only mention about my members, or probably from other teams, when I feel happy and I feel that when I mix around with them, I felt myself lifted up. I think I would enjoy working with people like that, who give me a very positive feeling, people who inspires me, people who are coachable in this journey, people who are, you know, very lovable. In fact, so far I have never met anyone in WorldVentures that I think that are not lovable to be with. Everyone that I meet up with is like, oh my god, they are amazing. Seriously.
Aha, I know why. Because those that not so lovable one, maybe they didn't see what we saw in World Ventures. Okay, so that is your ideal rep profile, right?
Mm.
Mm. So why do you think people follow you and what makes a good leader?
Why do I think people follow me?
Mm.
I think most of the time it's also you know, okay, maybe let's just put it in this way. Um, it's easier if I were to illustrate in this manner.
Mm.
Let's just say, why do I want to follow Karen? You know, I would want to follow Karen is because I love her being very sincere, and I think that most of the time when someone follows a leader, right, or follows someone else, right, it's always because they are very sincere and very real, and also not detestable. I think that's the most important thing, and follow Karen is because she lead by example. And I think that if I lead by example, people would love to follow a great leader. Nobody will want to follow a leader that by example. That is something that I always believe, because even for myself, if I want to follow someone in do the great follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Cass.
Hear me?
Yes, can hear you. I think maybe got people downstairs catching Pokemon and tapping onto my Wi-Fi. Okay, so and other than that, because you were saying that you think that you follow Karen, that's the way that you want to be followed. So other than that, any points to add on what makes a good or great leader?
Are we big kind of jam up here? I hear you well.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Cass?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So what other points do you think will contribute to being a good or great leader?
Okay. Like I say again, I need to reinforce this. Leaders set by example, and I think that a great leader would do things that normal people wouldn't do. A great leader would get out of their comfort zone, and a great leader is on a straight line. They will always stay on the line. For the longest time, while I've been in WorldVentures, I couldn't quite understand what it meant by staying on the line. Until I start to learn from the leaders in this platform, leaders like Mark Assetter, he's our trainer, in fact, and then Karen, Max, and Eugene, Millie, Apple. They are the people that I really saw, and that one thing that makes them stand out from the rest of the other people is because they stay on the line. And I think that is very important, because leadership is never about how great a speaker you can be, or how well-dressed you can be, or how good-looking you can be, but how firm and how long and how persistent and consistent you can stay on the line. That means it's just a straight line, in short. So many people their leadership goes this way, but in actual fact, it's just this way.
Yes.
And I see that from the mentors in this business, and I really look up to them on this.
Yes. So Cass was saying, stay on the line, stay on the line, stay on the line, because Mark Assetter actually has this recording in Acceleration. There's actually one on it where the topic was staying on the line. So we shall not tell you too much, because you will need to buy Acceleration at the next big training event, right? Which is viewed from the
Yes.
Okay. So Cass, now that we are laughing, can you share with me some of the funniest and unique situations you have when you were sharing WorldVentures throughout the past 2 years?
For the longest time, I have always been someone who is very afraid to do public speaking. And I would never love to stand on a stage, not even mention speaking to a group of people in tens or hundreds. But because of this platform, it actually gave me the chance to overcome this fear that I have, and I started to do live presentation. I think maybe some of you have seen me on live presentation. So that was this particular time, and I think it's really funny, because while I was doing the live presentation, I was really excited, and I was talking about dream trips. And then all of a sudden, it comes to the Hong Kong dream trip, where we were sharing about dream trips, and I go like, there's this portion where they say you have a monogram chocolate and a wine glass. And because of my excitement, I went like this. Can anyone tell me what is mammogram? And I said that not once, but couple of times. And I said, mammogram is something really special, blah, 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 until this really sweet gentleman sitting in front goes like, excuse me, ma'am, it's monogram. And that's where I realized that I've been saying mammogram all the time. So that became the joke of the year, but it was really hilarious. Yet it's kind of loosen up the atmosphere. It doesn't feel so tense after all.
Yes, I was also there when she was doing the live presentation, and all of us were laughing and laughing and laughing. And our number one mentor, IMD Max, they actually walked over to her after she finished the live presentation and gave her a salute because he said that is the funniest moment at live presentation ever encountered in his past years.
Yes, and I remembered and recalled Dr. Wu telling Elaine, Cass jokes is so corny, but yet so funny.
Yes, so that is really connecting with the audience. So good job.
Thank you.
Yes. So who was your easiest sign up and why did that person sign up?
Wow, okay. In fact, the easiest sign up was my husband.
Okay, you can hear me giggling in the background.
Yes, I can. Okay. It's really my husband. And I think the only reason he signed up was basically pure excitement from me, because at that time I was like so new. I couldn't, not that I can't, but I can't really do a proper presentation to him yet. So all I did was I went back and then I was telling him, because when I first signed up, I didn't tell my hubby about it. I was quite harsh about it. So when I decided to show him what is this all about, I just went back and say, hey, look, Ben, there's this something which is really amazing. I tell you, this is like, it's going to make history. It's going to, explode the entire world. And I record, this is something that I told him, and I say that if you don't do this, you are crazy, you are nuts, so you really got to do this with me. And he was like, what is it? I said, don't ask me so much, just pass me your credit card and I'll sign you up. And he was like, oh, okay, so what exactly is that again? So I just say it's a travel club, you get to earn money and get to travel, we have been so deprived of travel, etc. And he just like, wow, really? Okay, then he just signed up. So it's really based on excitement and the trust in me, because I'm his wife, right? If he doesn't sign up, he probably will have a chopper over his head.
He basically have no choice, huh? Because it's either your way or the highway, right?
Yes.
Okay. So other than Ben,
okay. Other than Ben, there was this one particular sign up which is really easy, and that would be my best friend. Yeah, my best friend Gina. She basically signed up also because of trust, and also she knew me as someone who really as someone who achieved excellence in whatever that I do, and she just wanted to ride the same wave according to with me. So it's many a times I believe that most of the time when our friends sign up, it's really about the trust factor between both parties and how we nurture each other.
Yes. So it's always how make money together, travel together. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, correct.
So following the system lah, inviting.
Yes, following the system.
Excited.
Correct.
Yes.
Exactly. Just stay excited, pay attention, stay excited, and never quit. That's all.
Never quit. Yes. So if you make one biggest mistake, what mistake was it?
All right. I like to just be very transparent because we are one big family, right?
Yes, so very honest.
Okay, so there is just one very big mistake that I made in my entire course with WorldVentures, and that's one thing that I really regretted a lot. It's like there will be times where in this journey it's not always smooth sailing. Agreed. It's like most of I mean if I were to tell you that everything is smooth sailing, there is no down period, I'm obviously lying through my teeth, but it's not true. We do face obstacles in this journey, and there will be times where there's this little voice that will talk to us and say that, hey, you shouldn't do it this way, you shouldn't do it that way, and try to talk you out of the system. So there was this particular period in the entire 2 years that I was going down here, or rather I hit plateau, and I started to feel very lousy about what I've been going through, in this journey. And I start to think to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I making myself go through this season? Why can't I just do it my own way? You are the top salesperson the last time when you're in real estate, right? Why would you want to just follow that system? And why don't you just do it your way and see if whether it works? And I did try. And I can tell all of you, right? Don't ever do that. It's one of the silliest and most stupid mistake that I've ever did, and it made me hit rock bottom because of the fact that I tried to do it my way, but yet again, I like to also take this opportunity to thank my mentor Karen for being able to, she didn't nag at me, honestly. Okay, she didn't. She was really, really nice, and she really knew how to handle the situation. And somehow Karen knew that Karen knew that she doesn't have to keep nagging and telling me what to do. She just showed me, by flipping her own cards. And each time when she flipped her card, I'll be like, there she goes again, and I start to ask myself after a period of time, like, if Karen could do that just by following the system, I mean, she's top sales too, if she could do that just by following the system and hit R&D in that manner, right, there's no way that I can't do it. I'm obviously going against the system and trying to make a fool out of myself. So there's always a saying, you can joke, but don't be the joker.
Okay, yes, that's a good one. Don't be the joker.
Yes.
Yeah, because we know it started out differently. Yeah. So in the end, now, back to the system. So you want to share with us a little bit about the system that you talk about?
Oh, okay. That system is pretty much, wow, can I be a little green on that? Okay. So let's talk about the system is pretty much the videos, okay, playing of the videos and a summary sheet and welcome on board. That's all. All right. And staying very close to the campfire. Many a times I do see people, even myself, trying to outbid the system by saying, hey, we could make do without the videos or make do without the summary sheet. We could do up our own slides, etc., etc. And we think that it's going to work. But unfortunately, it's not going to be duplicable because this is something that I didn't realize the initial stage. But right now, I realize that we are actually in a duplication business. We are not here to do recruitment, because if you want something to be duplicable, right, it has to be the same way. So everybody, right, when they run an appointment, every A, when they run an appointment for a B, you don't face a problem of the B not being able to duplicate. So that makes me realize why is the system so important. The last time, that period of time when I was like facing that down times, I keep thinking, no, you can just do it simply by just playing the video and then just welcome them. Don't need to explain anything. If they like it, means they like it. Don't like it, means don't. But you will start to realize that your member will start to see different phases of presentation styles. It's like sometimes people play slides, sometimes people play video, sometimes they just use a summary sheet without the video. So what are they going to follow? And it makes it very difficult for the B to duplicate the style that the company wants, because every leaders have different style, right? And I think that's not right.
Yes, we just want to train more A's to go and present, go out
exactly.
Showing people.
Exactly.
Yes, so a lot of reps go through frustration when the people they sponsor do not move. So what is your suggestion?
My suggestion is show more people faster. Because you can't force a cow to drink the water if they don't want to. You can't force anybody to do something if they don't want to. The only thing you can do is to show them. Remember, leaders lead by example. So if you flip 10 cards, they see it, they will eventually probably flip 3 or 4 or 5 cards. So that's why I do have reps who will go through the same frustration, and they will come to me and say, Cassandra, can you please tell me what should I do? Is there something wrong with me? Should I change this? Should I change that? And I tell them, there's only one thing that you need to do, and that is you should flip more cards and show more people faster. Because when you show your team members that you are doing this, they will follow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So leaders lead by example. Just continue flipping more cards, everyone. Yes. So
exactly.
So for the new members that are starting out, so what are your top 3 recommendations for all of them?
Okay. Now that is something that I love the most. First thing foremost, the number one thing, be very coachable,
Mm.
right? Don't ever think you can try to outsmart any of the leaders. Whatever that you have gone through, they have gone through too. Don't try to outbeat the system, because the system works and there's a reason why it's in place. If you can outbeat the system, you probably can start out your own company already. That's how I feel. Okay. The second thing is to stay very close to the campfire, because being in the campfire is the only environment where you can see people who thinks alike, think alike, have the same attitude, have the same positivity, who will not talk bad or gossip. All these gossipers, just stay away from them. So stay near to the campfire, because the leaders are definitely there to lift you up when you are down. That is what I experienced myself too. And the third important thing, attend all all training events, from RTE to Super Saturday to our major events, every single one of them. You just can't miss out on any one of them, because you never know which one of the training is going to unlock and flip that switch in you that will help to explode your business.
Yes.
So these are the top three things. Yes,
Top
and
three.
upcoming, we actually have our regional training event, which is this coming Saturday. So if any one of you have not booked it, please get your tickets, book your training event, because I'm going to guarantee you that if you do not book this training, right, the next upcoming one, you are going to miss this regional training event, and you have to wait for a couple of months before the next training event for the regional training event. Really, please go and book for that, and also for view at the HKL. Do you know that my first view was not in KL? It was actually in Hong Kong, and yeah, really, seriously. And now we are like so near. There's no excuse for anybody to say that they can't go for KL training. Yeah, so I really urge every one of the members to go for these training events, because trainings are the only thing that has developed me to where I am. Training is the only thing that helped me to move on in this business. Without training, trust me, today I won't be talking here anymore. And I also like to say that sometimes training is not the typical kind of training event where you sit down in a classroom and listen to a teacher lecturing at you. Not that. Initially, when I first started out, Karen also told me, Cass, you need to go for training. And without any hesitation, I went, because I knew how trainings can be. I paid like $9,999 to attend my real estate training, and all they teach me is how to talk about the four walls. Seriously. And it's like, over here, it's amazing. It blew my mind, because it not only cultivates me, develops me, it makes me a better person. Anybody knew me 2 years ago, I think you all wouldn't want to eat with me, or even dine with me, or drink coffee with me. You'll be thinking, what kind of nasty woman is she?
No, you're so cute and lovable.
Because of training, really, it changes me. Last time I wasn't like that. I was like so stern and so serious.
Okay, so training will bring you to higher heights in your business, will make you more lovable and more coachable.
Exactly.
Everyone here. Yes. Thank you, Cass. We have come to the end of the 30 minutes of our session today. So before we end the call, let me share you a little bit more. Actually, she already did like most of the job, because she talked about attending training, which is what I'm going to share with all of you next. Hold on, just let me bring up the screen. Okay, cool. So what can I share with you? The next major training that we're going to have is going to be viewed from the 8th on 23rd to 25th September in Shah Alam, Malaysia. Very, very near for us Singaporeans to be there. And of course, all our Malaysian friends will be there. Tickets were actually snapped and sold out in 3 hours. 10,000 tickets. So no joke. Okay? But those of you that haven't got your ticket, fear not. Talk to your leader. Definitely, as long as you want to go there, we'll find some way to get you a ticket, yeah? Yes. And then next up, we have our regional training event that is happening everywhere this weekend. Okay, a few days later down the road in Singapore, we're going to have Raymond, Braun, and Buffy. Raymond has already landed in Singapore this morning. So these two IMDs will be coming to train us in Singapore. In Kuala Lumpur, we're going to have Rainer and Sachin, both also IMDs. In Penang, we're going to have our first ever RTE in Mandarin. Angelica and Millie will be there to wow all our Penang friends off. And in Hong Kong, we're going to have Fan Hong and Wes Melcher. In Perth, we're going to have Asia 001 James Lee together with Bill. In Melbourne, we're going to have our very own Max Tay and Shane Anderson. In Gold Coast, we're going to have Gary together with George training them. And in Sydney, we're going to have Stravos and Kim. And 1 week later in Taipei, we're going to have Jefferson Santos and Jet To. Yes, so about the training, book your tickets online now. Go to wveventrec.com and get registered. So who's excited for next week's team call guest? Yes, on Sunday, our Mandarin team call, we're going to have James, our IMD, $1 million income earner. He used to be a Sword of Honor naval officer, serial entrepreneur before he saw WorldVentures. And of course, he's commonly known as Asia 001. Okay? And he's also our international trainer. And I said visionalist because without him and his vision for Asia, I think all of us wouldn't exist or have this secondary income or main income that's coming in. So stay tuned this Sunday. Okay? We're going to have it on, this is the webinar ID. The leaders will actually forward out the posters to all the relevant group chat. And next week on Monday, we won't be able to have our team call. We're going to have it on Wednesday instead. I'm sure all of you will make do with the inconvenience because I'm going to bring up the next slide for the speaker. Yes, we're going to have our president, John McCallum. Yes, our president of global sales, who has been focusing on growing our customer database, successfully diversifying and value adding to our business. He was the guy that actually helped WorldVentures rank from number 97 all the way to 32 last year in the top 100 of the direct selling company. Devoted husband and father of 5 kids. Very devoted, and yet he still flies around all the time for us to help us to get our business done. Yes, so like I say, do take note of the time. It will be on Wednesday instead because we really try to fit into his schedule because we really want him to share with us what other exciting plans he have on hand, the corporate have on hand with all of us. So take note of the change in the day and the time. We'll be sending out the poster shortly to all the relevant group chat. Okay, once again, thank you all of you for tuning in tonight. We'll see you at the next team call or the beaches of the world. No, we'll see you at RTE first. Before the
yes, RTE and view at the age.
Yes, so we'll see you at RTE before the next team call. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you, Cass.
Good night. Welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.